introduction about HTML first, then we'll go on this locators concept. So we have a concept called no, every web page is designed with HTML code. Let me record it. Already in recording. Okay. So these are the web elements. Generally in web pages you will see, and these web elements are designed by HTML code. Any web page, it doesn't matter. Any web page is designed by HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the front-end technologies. If you want to see the page, you should use the HTML, JavaScript, CSS. So HTML will just create the skeleton. CSS will color that skeleton. And if you want to perform the actions, you need to use a JavaScript. So all these three makes wonders in the web page front end side. Again, JavaScript, you have a lot of frameworks, but behind that is the entire thing is a JavaScript. You might hear about Angular, React, Vue. These are the JavaScript frameworks. On top of that, they created these frameworks. But yeah, so to develop the front end components. But any web page you take, there are some elements or components will be there. So those elements are, these are called web elements or web objects. So we call them web elements or web objects, we call them. So if you go anywhere, you can see edit box or a text box. On that element, you will perform the type action. Common, any web application, this is the common structure. I'm giving a generic element types. Under this category, you can have a lot of element names. So like email edit box, password edit box, right? So you can have so many edit boxes. If you go here, this is the search edit box, right? This is the search edit box. Then this is the search button. The second one is a button. So you can see the button here. This is the search button. So a search button, login button, sign up button. There are so many buttons, OK button. But category is a button category. These are all under button category one. So edit box, but this name is search edit box. If you go to some other website, so here you can see here also the search edit box will be there. And I want to see someone. So let me go to, I don't know, localhost is working or not. It is closed, right? I don't think so it will work. Yeah. So it is closed. Let me bring it up. The website, I'll bring it up. Yes. So that I can show all the elements. So I'm just Docker. Okay, so let me bring my Docker. So Docker desktop, you need to so here Docker compose up. So I am just bringing the Docker. It's a Docker container. My website is an open cart application. So once it is up and it will be useful, we can use that. So open cart setup finished. Let's go and do that. Open it. Reload. Yeah, this is up, right? Now you can see this is a search, right? I don't want to show search. We have seen so many search. And you can see here, see how many first name edit box, last name edit box. But category is edit box category. I hope you are getting. Category is edit box or text box category. But every edit box has a name that is called label. So that is called a label. So you have a label tag. You can see labels. This is called tags or nodes. HTML tags or nodes. First of all, your page starts with HTML tag, then head, then body. This is the structure. So every web page starts with HTML tag, then HTML tag after head tag, then body tag. So the tags are basically comes in pair generally. Okay, so they comes in pair. See the angular bracket inside the tag name will be specified, and forward slash the tag name is there. This is the close tag, and this is called open tag. Open tag and close tag. So tags comes in pair. Open tag, close tag, start tag, end tag. So that's the HTML. Any HTML page, so is starts with HTML tag and it ends with HTML tag. So head tag also, HTML after immediately head tag will be there. Head tag contains all the meta information and also page title. There is a title tag, you can see. Title tag also you can see pair. Open tag, close tag. In between that, the page title. So this is the page title. You can see, right? This page title, if it is showing on the UI means they mentioned here in the HTML. Whatever they mentioned here, that will appear on the UI here. So that's the head tag inside. You can have meta information and page title. Then we have a body tag. So body tag is the crucial. You can see body tag also, open tag and close tag. So every page starts with HTML, ends with HTML. That means that page is over. Then HTML after, next head tag. Head tag after body tag. A body tag contains all the elements that I was explaining: edit box, button, checkbox, right? You have a checkbox also here. So checkbox, radio button, links, right? Drop downs, all these are available in body tag only. When you put a cursor, see entire page is highlighting, right? So that is the body tag. Body tag can contain a header text. This is the header text. This is the paragraphs. This is a link. You can see when you mouse over here, the cursor is changing to hand icon. That's called a link. Link element. and this is the static text element, and this is the header element. So it has h1 tag. Header element is represented by h1 tag. Links are represented by a tag, anchor tag. Every a tag is followed by an attribute. So what is attribute? So tag after you have attributes. So attributes are key value pair. The attribute name equal to within double quotes attribute value. So that's a attribute name, attribute value. So this is the login page is the element name and close a tag. Close a tag and open a tag in between, you have a link name. You have a link name. So that's the close a tag and open a tag. And only links are going to have href attribute. Href attribute inside the link URL will be there. This is a very important concept. Please understand this concept. If you understand this concept, you can handle link related scenarios easily. So links are going to have anchor tag. Anchor tag inside you have a href attribute. So attributes, there are so many attributes you can define in the open tag, any open tag. And headers are represented by h1 to h6. So h1 is the top heading, h2 lower, h3, h4, h5, h6. This is the order of headings. And P represent the paragraphs. P represent the paragraphs. So this is the paragraph. The paragraph inside you have a anchor tag again. So all these are, see, these are all links. These are all links. These are all edit box. Edit box is going to have which tag? Input tag. See now input tag inside how many attributes are there? Type, text, name, first name, value nothing is there, placeholder, first name, ID, first name, class, value. So these are the attributes: ID, name, class, value, placeholder, type, and yeah, so many attributes will be there in the, but you should understand this is the self tag. It doesn't have end tag. Can you see this? There is no end tag for input tag. Some are self tags will be there. This is one of the input tag is a self tag. So, and another thing is a radio button. Radio button also having which tag? Input tag. Say input tag. Checkbox also is going to have input tag. And button also going to have input tag. Some buttons have a button tag. Right here you can see, if you right click and inspect, and you can see what is the HTML code for this button. See, there is an input tag. Yeah, so it's up to you, up to the developers, how they are developing. See, even in the edit box, this is the search edit box, which has a class, role, placeholder, type, ID, max length, name, value, on focus. So all these are so attributes inside this input tag. And then this is having so input, class is a button, type is a submit, value is a search. See, these are attributes: value attribute, type attribute, class attribute. So any element in HTML is represented by tags. So input tag, button tag, radio button, checkbox are going to have input tag fixed. But button, there is an exception. Sometimes they will declare with a button tag also. And links are represented in HTML by anchor tag. Anchor tag is must be followed by href attribute. Href is an attribute. Tag is A. How do you identify these tags? There is a simple, very simple angular brackets. So angular bracket, can you see here? Angular bracket starts and ends here. So that's one tag. Even elements also you can see angular bracket starts, that's a tag. See form also is a one tag. Div also one tag. So div tag after there is attributes, id, name, class, type, text. So many attributes will be there, placeholder, role. So right, like that you can have multiple attributes after the tag name. Why do you need that many attributes? You can ask a question, right? To identify that element, we need these attributes. So to give more information about that element, about that tag, a tag is nothing but an element. So to give more information about that element, we are going to use attributes. Attributes will provide more information about that element. Attribute syntax is attribute name equal to within double quotes attribute value. So how do you know? So this class value is ending where? You can see here class equal to double quote starts here, ends here. That's the class value. That's it. Next attribute starts role, and role value is search box. Placeholder attribute equal to, see, equal to left side attribute, right side within double quotes, whatever is there, that's a value. So it started from here and here. So this entire thing is a value of this placeholder for this element, that input element. So this is all about elements. So let's see still what elements we missed here. So drop down. So I have given very clearly here which elements are going to get an input tag. Sometimes button is represented by so button tag. So drop down. Let me take one example. Drop down example. So this is the drop down. So drop down is represented by selected tag, right? Say selected tag. But what about this? Drop down options are represented by option tag. See, in the selected tag means drop down. Drop down, class attribute, data nav digest attribute, data nav selected attribute, id, name, style, all these are attributes. So option tag, so every option in this is represented by option tag. Every option is represented by option tag. But a drop down always going to have select tag. Then only you can call that a drop down. If select tag is there, that's a drop down. Please understand all these tags. You should be very clear. Okay, which element has which tag, and if you know, and automation is very easy. And another link. So for understanding this HTML theory is very important for Selenium automation. So you should be clear on what is a tag, what are attributes. So every option has option tag. This also has a close option tag and open option tag. So open option tag, inside you have a value attribute, and then this is the all the values. So values you have. Okay, you have values. So this is the how you can see option tag has a value attribute, and then open tag is closing, and then the value is there. Then close tag. open tag and no close tag in between, you have this option label, option name, option text basically. So that's a drop down. We covered the drop down. We covered the edit box, button, checkbox, radio button, and also link we covered, and headings we covered. So any doubts on headings and all these elements? What are the elements I explained? The paragraph I covered, and these are the headings. You can have H1 to H6 headings. You can see H1 tag. This is the heading. Okay. So what else? Links, images. So you have images. Images are represented by img tag. And img tag, after you have a src attribute, alt attribute. SRC means source of that image will be there in the SRC attribute. Alt means alternative name for this image. That's alt attribute. This all. So see, tag after you have attributes. That's the only thing you need to remember. Attribute name equal to within double quotes attribute value. You have to remember this syntax. How to recognize the attribute is tag after attribute name equal to within double quotes attribute value. Okay, so that's the how you can identify your web elements. Clear? Okay.
Yeah, yes,
So
Ramesh.
we covered all these elements. There is a static text. I have shown you already static text here. So static text can be represented either by span tag or a div tag or paragraph. So now here we are using a paragraph tag. Let me show some other. I think these are all legend text. Something will be there. Legend. So this is a different, and let's see what is there here. Say label is there. Another labels, these are all labels. For this control, name is the label. And I want to see here, I think this is the paragraph. Div. See, sometimes div also used to represent the static text. That is what I have given. Span, div, or td tags are used. There are tables in the web pages. The table is represented by a table tag, and table body is represented by tbody. Table rows are represented by tr. Table columns are represented by td. Page title is represented in HTML by title tag. So we know that. And labels are represented in HTML by label tag. And division is represented in HTML by div tag. And forms are represented in HTML by form. Frames are represented in HTML by frame tag. Internal frames are represented in HTML by iframe tag. See, the tag means angular bracket inside you have a tag name. Okay, so these are all the web elements, very, very important. So this is a start tag and end tag. Head tag, close head tag. Title start tag, title end tag. So body tag and body end tag. So body inside you have all web elements. I have given here all of them. Please go through the tags. That's very, very important. Attribute syntax is attribute name equal to within double quotes the attribute value. So these are all the attributes: ID, name, class, value, type, title, href, src, alt, tab index, on click. So the link URL will be available in href attribute. Image source is available in src attribute. Tooltip of an element is available in title attribute. So these are the very, very important concept for Selenium. This. So you want to get the link URL. How can you get? So you have to give href attribute. You want to get the image source. How can you get it? You should know. So image source is available in source attribute. Tooltip of you want tooltip of an element. You should know where tooltip is stored in the title attribute. If you know these concepts, you can answer those questions easily. Okay. Now I want to identify a web elements. So how can you identify web elements in the web pages? So even for Selenium, Playwright, Cypress, anything, there is a locators concept to identify the web elements in the web pages. So what are those locators? So Selenium, we have ID of ID value, name of name value, class name of class value, XPath of XPath value, CSS selector of CSS value, tag name of tag, link text of exact link name, partial link text of partial link name. Okay, so these are the WebDriver locators. So this is another interview question also. What are the WebDriver locators? ID, name, class name, XPath, CSS selector, tag name, link text, partial link text. So that's I see. Can you tell me what are all these? So which format these are all there? So what is this syntax format?
Method. Methods.
It's a method. You're right. So all these are static methods in the by class. So every method return type is a by type. Every method return type is a by type. So that means how can you call one class static method?
By using static keyword.
No, sir. You already have methods, static methods in the class. How can you
But
call in another
class name
place?
dot method.
Class name dot that static method name. So that concept again I'm going to use here. So that's what I'm saying. All Java, everywhere Java. Every line, you know, it reflects the Java concepts. Every line. So without Java concept, that's why we struggled, 1.5 months, 2 months for Java only. There is a reason for that why I spent so much time in Java. So if you want to learn Selenium automation or any other automation, Java is the one programming language, is a mandatory. That to perfection on all concepts, or at least you should know the concepts, how to use that concept. Then it's going to be very easy. Okay, so what are the locators? So now all the locators are static methods in by class. Again, I'm repeating that. All these locators are static methods in by class. So you know how to call static methods. This by class static methods you need to call. So you need to use by dot the static method, by dot name, by dot class name, by dot XPath. So all this you use. ID name class you can find in HTML. See, ID name class you can find in HTML. See, there is an ID, right? Name, class, you can see the class somewhere, class. So, and also see this has a title also. So why it has a title? Just now we discussed it, right? What is title? It's a tooltip. See, when you mouse over, see, in the box it is showing in the box. What is that is showing?
The title, box name.
What is the box name? It is when I mouse over on the drop down.
Search in.
Search
Tooltip is
in.
the,
That's a tooltip.
yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. Title attribute is used to show the tooltip because they have written the title attribute. If you don't write a title, if that element doesn't have a title, then it won't show a tooltip. See now this doesn't have a tooltip. See it doesn't has a title. Can you see here? Anywhere did you find title here? No, nowhere. See when you mouse over, it won't show tooltip. That difference you need to get it. When title is used, when title they won't use. Title attribute. I mean title attribute. Page title is different. Forget about the page title. I'm talking about the element and element attributes I'm talking now. So that's all the locators. If you want to identify any of the locators, you need to use these locators. So the first locator is ID. Okay, I want to identify an element by ID. See that? So I have ID this one. So you can write either here you can write, or you need to use some tools. So you can use tools or you can write like this. So just Control F you do on this, Control F. So there is a space will come here. Just write ID equal to ID value. See now it is not recognizing, but you can say, just simply say just ID and see that element is recognizing. That element is recognized. So this is the element. And same in the Selenium, how can you write? So in Selenium, you have to write. So this is the way you can write in Selenium. So let me show you that, and I'll create another class. So let's go to otherwise this same facebook.com, right? So we can open facebook.com. Any browser you open a facebook.com. Maybe I'll log out if I logged in already. So let me log out. See, this is the Facebook. See now edit box, you have password, edit box, login button, and create new account, forget account. So this Facebook logo, right? So these are all. So now right click. So and inspect. See this is the C input tag. I told you, right? So we need to, I want to type something here, right? I want to type something. So you have a send keys method to type. First, you need to identify this, right? So you need to identify this element. How can you identify? If you want to identify an element in Selenium, there is a methods. Find element method you have to use. And also find elements method also there. Find element, find elements. Are you observing that? Singular, plural. So in the morning I told you, if there is a plural, what type of data it returns? That method.
All IDs of that web page, all IDs used in.
That is morning one. I told generic way. If any WebDriver method is a plural verb method,
Set
that method
collection.
returns a not set collection. All won't return set collection. Okay? Collection it returns. You know what is mean by collection, right? Collection means a group
Yeah.
of objects, right? A group of objects it returns. So now find elements method will return a list type of collection. We have a list collection also, right? Whether you know or not, list collection is there or not.
Yes, we have list connections.
So we have a set collection, we have a list collection. Again, go and refer if you don't know these collections. I'm frankly telling collections is the highest used one in Selenium, in any other automation, API testing, everywhere. So you wrap it that collection topic from top to bottom. At least you should know how to use this, set how to use, list how to use, how to use the methods, list methods, set methods, map methods, how to use, how to create a map. Please work on these three areas. Very, very, very important. Now find element and find elements are two methods you're going to use. If you want to identify a single element, you will use find element method. So that method returns a web element type element. So that's all web elements. That's why I given first web elements for you. So let me go back. So first find element method, let me discuss. See, this is the one, a find element method. See, the element, the parameter you need to pass what? The by dot locator value. I have given just now locators. What are the locators? ID, name, class name, XPath, CSS selector, link text, partial
Image.
link text, tag name. So in this locator place, you replace them and that value. How can you get this value? ID, name, class, you can find in the HTML. See, you have here, class you have, name you have, ID you have. And I'll teach you how to write XPath, how to write CSS. And link text means if it is a link, you will use link text. Partial link text means you can use a partial link name. Instead of giving complete, you can give partially also. That's a partial link text when you can use. So let's go and understand here what is the return type of this method. This method returns both method are return type methods, find element to